So this is a look at the what is a clone of the Apple Link bracelet, sold on eBay as the original 1-to-1 or 1:1. Also sold as, I think, the fourth generation clone band there. I'm not going to mention the seller simply because I've had some problems with the watch band, and they've been very responsive and very good about communicating with me and trying to resolve this, but I don't want to put them out there. Right now, I'm just pointing at a little area that you can see. This is where the rubber friction nubs set in the band, and you can kind of see a little bit of machining marks or casting marks from where they'll sit in the band. It's a real subtle thing, but you can see those. This is the spring clip or clasp that holds against this edge. And then underneath here is the other end of that spring. So, as you're looking at it, this small piece of metal seems to correspond with this. Alright, and then this is a somewhat intact catch. But if you look closely, that raised latch area, there is kind of a deformation right in there. Now the first one that broke was this one, and that broke within the first hour of wearing the band, and it actually broke on one side, and the band came loose, and I was able to kind of get an edge in there and lift that up a little bit so I could wear the watch. I was out of my house, so I wasn't able to put a different link in. And then once I got home, I looked at it closer, and I realized that was indeed broken, and with a little bit of prying, that other side broke off. So that whole latch area broke completely off. At that point, I replaced the link, and within a few minutes, that band came apart at that same place. And this was the mating link. And this one has that kind of deformed edge to the catch. So I wasn't entirely sure if this was the cause of the original break, or if the original link break had caused this deformation. In any case, I went through and replaced that second one with the deformed link, and then did a few kind of stress tests on this thing. I did pull relatively hard, but it wasn't like I had to really tug on these things. I could do it with my fingers, and in my estimation, it was enough force that be like if maybe a small child had got in there and tugged on your wrist, or let's say you had a bag on your shoulder and let it slip off and catch it in your palm, and it had kind of come across and caught on the watch bracelet. I could see that being enough force to have pulled these apart. Now the other thing I noticed with these is that some of those catches, so this is the band I've been using, that catch width does seem to be a little bit of variation from catch to catch. And this is obviously not an exact measurement, but all the catches springs that have broken, at least by my eyeball, seem to be a little bit more narrow. This width of the catch seems to be a little more narrow, and the ones that have not broken so far, that catch width seems a little wider. So I also wonder if that has an effect on the strength of that latch. Ultimately, the metal just isn't resilient enough, I don't think. It's a little too fragile. The actual design of it seems adequate. I don't know if this is an exact functional replica of the Apple Watch band, but cosmetically it looks very, very similar.